everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute. Today we are gonna get into a little bit of a story time while we do my makeup and my hair. All right, I am live as well. So if you happen to see me tilt over to the right, or if you see me looking forward, it is because I'm looking at the camera and or my phone, right? So that we can interact with the live chat as well. So the first thing we want to get into is our makeup. Today, I always like to start with doing my makeup. Let me just fix my little braid here. I'm seeing it frozen. And just doing a quick twist to neaten it up. And boy, do I have a select story time for you guys today. So I'm also just waiting for the light to build up and then we will get into it. I did do my skincare off camera already, but if you all do want to see what my skincare looks like, I will put the link up here for you guys to follow along on my skincare routine if you all would like to have a go at it, right? So we're gonna get into our face, starting with the eyebrows. I'm gonna comb my eyebrow hairs in place. And once my line builds up a bit, then I will get into the story time. Right? So my eyebrows are already trimmed, and I know some persons would wax their brows. I usually shave them myself, so they are groomed already. And I'm gonna go in with the LA Colors gel liner. This is what it looks like. And I do have my angle brush, and I like to just fill from sort of like the middle area to the tail of the brow, because the rest of the brow I like it to be much more natural like. So for those of you who are very active on my channel, you all would have seen some very bizarre uploads over the weekend. And that is because your girl was hacked. Yes, my account got hacked, guys. Someone went to great lengths to try to get in and take over my channel and my Gmail account. So there's that. That's what our story time is gonna be about today. I'm not gonna get into too much, obviously, for security purposes, but yes, your girl was hacked. So for those of you who are always on my channel and know the type of uploads I would upload, you would have noticed automatically that that was not me. Because the type of uploads that was being uploaded, you know that is just completely out of what my channel and branding is all about. I'm just making the side slightly darker, but you will notice that I still leave it to be a very here, like to the front here. I just like the ends of my brow to be much darker. So for those of you who just tuned in, welcome to my channel. My name is Cherise, and today we are doing my face and my hair. So we're gonna be doing some makeup and hair today, and I'm going to give you all a story time on how I got hacked, right? In that case, my live is saying reconnecting. Yeah. So Yes, I was hacked over the weekend. Um, my Gmail account, they hacked my Gmail account, got into my two-step verification, changed everything, and then on Saturday night actually, they started uploading different content to my page, which is completely off brand. Right? So while we're cleaning up my brows, I am gonna go in with the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation in the shade 220. This is what I'm gonna use. This is the 30-hour foundation. This line is discontinued, but I still had some in my kit. So this is what I'm gonna use to clean up my brows. So I'm gonna pump some on the back of my hand, and I'm going to get a very thin brush to clean up underneath the brows. I like underneath my brows to be a little bit lighter. Yeah, so I woke up on Friday morning and noticed that my phone was off, right? So my cell phone was off, and I usually don't turn off my cell phone because I use it as an alarm to wake me up on mornings, right? And I was like, okay, maybe my battery died, but then I started rechecking the mere fact that my phone was like on 80% before I went to bed. Didn't think anything of it, maybe thought it had an update and the phone restarted on itself. Wakes up. Only to wake up and when I experienced it on, my cell phone was completely factory reset. So there's that, right? There is that. So my phone got factory reset, and that is how they were able to get into my phone. So they use an app called My Hub, right? And My Hub essentially locates devices. So it was sort of, I would think it was randomized, I'm not sure. Um, and they found my phone's device name and the email address using the MyHub app. Right now, it is something you can use through the web. So they use the web, and my watch, as a matter of fact, so my smartwatch dinged off with stating that my email address was signed in using an unknown device in an unknown location, or in a strange location, I should say. But by the time I got up, they switched out the two-step verification, which is the phone number, and therefore I was now completely locked out. So my phone was wiped as a result of that because it was my main account that I used for my phone. So all my pictures, everything was wiped. I was completely locked out. I do have backup email addresses, but the one that they did have was my main email address, which stores majority of all of my data, all of my content, everything. The thing is, that is why it's so important that even though I do come live, my husband records using the camera. So I would say most of my carnival footage over the carnival season when it came to behind the scenes for my husband, um, pictures of clients, all of that was completely wiped. But before that, in general, I would usually pay for Google photo storage. Let me just put this on another sill. So I knew if I got back into my account and they did not completely wipe my device or wipe my storage, my online storage, I would still have back a portion of everything. So let me tell you guys, I got a bit angry at first and then I calmed down and I was like, okay, let's uh, let's try this again, pray, talk to God about it, and we'll figure out a way to get it back. Thank you so much. We'll figure out a way to get it back. So for the front of my brows, I like to go in with the LA Colors Truly Matte Longwear Foundation in the shade Warm Caramel, right? So it took me all weekend um, to figure out ways to get back to my accounts. However, because it was generally the first time that I've ever gotten hacked to this extent, right? My Microsoft account got hacked, but it was easy for me to get back into that one. But with my Gmail being hacked together with um, being linked to my YouTube channel, that one was a bit more challenging. I did have to go through a lot of research because this information is not out there in general for you to be able to know how to recover a hacked account to the extent that my account was hacked, you know. So it took me all weekend to do research. And let me tell you guys, ChatGTP is going to be your best friend if you do not know where to find the information that you are looking for. Because that is what I used in order to help me locate the information that I need to recover my accounts. So for my ride or die subscribers on here, let me know if you all saw the crazy uploads. And the thing about it is those same uploads were actually getting views. Yo, they were getting views. Yes, Elaine. People are so dishonest and don't like to actually work for what they want. So I'm guessing that they checked my account, see that I have some level of subscribers, and decide let's hack our accounts. So that is what they did. Just gonna put some of the lighter shade of foundation on my lid, right? Yeah, so some people just prefer not to work or start from the ground up. And for those of you who know, I've had this channel for the last 3 years. I built this channel from me being pregnant. Well, actually, no, I started it when I gave birth to my daughter, and you saw that journey, and then you all were able to see another pregnancy that I recently went through. So, you all would know the type of content that I post on my page. So, this person, whoever they were, signed into my account and did wiped my entire phone. So, like I said, my phone was factory reset. I am going to use the Monarch Paradise palette from Absolute New York. They observed the success on the page and stole it to try to ride the wave. Exactly. Yes, yes, Mark. That's exactly what they tried to do. But it did take, I will tell you all, it did take some obedience from God. Because I had to pause and I really had to hone in and listen. Right? So I spent my weekend, really paying attention to what I hear and observing what is going on around me in order to know what to do, right? And all while doing my research on how to recover the account, right? Mm. Putting God first is never wrong. Definitely. Because that is what I had to do. So I had to completely slow down in my thinking, in my research, and just hone in and listen to what God had to say, because trust me, I was doing research high and low and could not find that research on what I needed to do to recover my account. And I had to also be still. So it wasn't something that came overnight. I actually had to be still in what I was doing and what I was listening to in order to figure out what to do. So, as per usual, with multiple attempts of trying to log in the account, Google would at some point tell you that they cannot verify that this is actually your account, right? So I would try like 3, 4 times per day to try to log back in, and they just kept saying, at that point, they just kept saying, okay, you would have changed your password 8 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 12 hours ago, 38 hours ago. And the same chat GTP told me to use the method of trying to recover accounts through Gmail. It was not working, guys. Then eventually, thank God, having a YouTube page actually helped me, because I was able to recover my account through YouTube. Like I said, I'm not gonna get into too much detail, but I actually had to use the platform of Twitter to help me, Twitter and tagging YouTube, in order to help me recover my account. And for the most part, hi Walkthrough Wonders, hi AB Studios, how are you all doing? And for the most part, I was able to recover my account through that medium. Um, so in order to do that now, what I would say is, hi Vigo, in order to safeguard your own channel, in order to safeguard your own Gmail accounts, I would say utilize all the security measures that they have in place to help you along the way. Hi TCG then, and some of which being your making sure your two-step verification is on. Definitely. Always, always, always do not rely solely on the purpose of just being able to log in through your email with a password. Having your two-step verification on is going to help you secure your accounts, right? This information is out there. I did not know about it. I just thought, well, two-step verification is the only method of um, having your account secure. But Google has an app called authentication, and that one is actually the one that is going to really help you lock down your accounts. There are other security measures, however, I will tell you to do your own research and read, read, read. Thank you, Zewiwi. I have never seen you on here before. I'm from Trinidad. I'm gonna use back my LA Colors gel liner to do a liner. It's a brown liner. So I want to do something soft. Yeah. So I will tell you, reading is very important. When you sign up for a Gmail account, when you create a channel, make sure to read everything. Everything is there for you to be able to secure your account, to know what to do in the event of a hacked account. With YouTube, there is not a direct email address to reach them when it comes to being hacked, because for obvious reasons persons will take advantage of that information and or spam the email. So there are ways that you go about doing it. They give you a case number and someone personally reaches out to you in order to verify um, for obvious reason, personal information. And that is how I was able to recover my account on Monday morning, actually, because it took me all of Sunday I actually had to wait for them to upload something to my channel in order to do the appeal. Because that did not just come with, I wasn't able to get back my account with just the bare minimum information. I had to have proof, I had to have screenshots of what is being posted, um, how it's completely off brand for what I would usually post. So, for those of you who watched what the persons posted, let me know. Were you able? Because I actually on my other accounts and or like my family's accounts within the household, nobody got notifications that anything was actually uploaded to my channel. And I know that almost everyone has on my that notification bell icon for when I post. And for some reason, nobody got the notification that anything was being uploaded to my channel. But like I said, in order for me to figure out what was going on my channel, I had to be still and listen to God because that information did not come overnight and it did not come just from doing my research. So I actually had to hone in and focus on God a little and be still to figure out what to do and how to go about doing it. And it also just showed me that persons do not prefer to work from the ground up. They prefer to try to steal and take from someone who has already spent time, energy, resources. Um, I got you on my other channel. Oh, the savage. Okay, I understand. Right. I now know who it is. Right. It showed me that persons prefer not to go the long method of working for what they want. They just prefer to take from someone who has spent time building their channel, spent time doing research on what is the best methods to create a successful YouTube channel. And many a times, I can attest to this, I wanted to give up. Many a times it was difficult. And with anything, it comes with a challenge. And persons prefer not to go through their own personal challenges in order to get what they want. So they tried, they tried to take that away, but unfortunately they weren't successful. Also, because I did a full lockdown of my channel, a full lockdown of my email addresses as well, I actually got another ping where they were trying to get into another email address. And lo and behold, that was actually last night for that matter. And because I took so much security measures in order to secure all my channels, all my email accounts, I was completely notified on the spot when they tried to attempt to do the login again. So there's that. So, for those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Sharice, and I'm just giving you guys a quick story time when I do my makeup on how my account is hacked and the methods that I use to recover it. No, Twitter was never something that I was on, to be quite honest. I had a Twitter account when I was much younger and never fully utilized it to its fullest potential, right? Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, now called X, right? And that is what I actually used in order to get back into my account. It helps reach who you needed to reach and get the attention of who companies you needed to get its attention to in order to rectify a situation. So, for those of you who are experiencing any issues on any platform, I would definitely say Twitter is a place to utilize. Sister, sometimes you do not know who is watching. Please just keep safe, sister. The people are mad out there. They do not care. It's all about money, money, money. So, yeah, definitely. Definitely. So you definitely need to be, I come on here and show my authentic self. I show parts of my family life. So I make you guys a huge portion of my life. You'll see it. 1 second. Let me just fix these lashes. Yeah, you'll see a huge portion of my life, of my family life, that I share with you guys. And there are persons out there that envy that want that. But that did not come overnight. It came with its own set of challenges. It came with its own set of sacrifices that both myself, my husband, and my family collectively had to make. Yes, the camera is still running. Just fixing these lashes before they require a little more um focus just to make sure that I get it right. So I said, you know what, I have to come and talk with you guys because I needed to kind of recollect myself over the time frame. Be grateful, be thankful that they did not do anything to get my account shut down. I want you to sponsor me. How do you want me to sponsor you, Walkthrough Wonders? I'm just going back in with the brown liner just to clean up the line. Now that we have put on the lashes, how do you want to get sponsored, Walkthrough Wonders? Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, we get a nut. Y'all wanna and two controllers. Y'all wanna help me get Walkthrough Wonders that sponsor? And we can play games. I like that. Oh, just like my stuff to get cleaned up properly. So that when it's photographed, it looks clean and crisp, you know? Yeah, so I would definitely say having a YouTube channel that has a history as well plays a part in recovering the account because for the most part, sister, I am English woman. There's some same thing is happening. And having a YouTube channel that has a history posting current constant uploads, um, not violating any of YouTube's and or Google's privacy or their policies helps in recovering the account. So I would definitely say the things that you put out there, make sure that in the event that something happens to you, you can rely on it and you can rely on being honest with the things that you do and with the things that you say as well. Hi, Mariska. So, sorry guys, I am going in with the Maybelline Grippy Serum. This is what it looks like to prime my face. I will definitely be posting this to my channel outside of the live. So those of you who are interested can go back and watch it. Because if you all have ever experienced anything of a similar caliber, you all will have some idea on how to fix it. Because I searched the web, I searched YouTube, I did the research and nothing came to me until I was still and listened to God. Sometimes you just have to stop trying to, not sometimes, if you are going through a scenario and you have no idea on what to do and you have tried different methods of recovery and different methods of doing things your way, you need to surrender it all to him and he is going to guide you. He's the best person to guide you. For my face, I am going to mix the Maybelline Superstay Foundation 30 Hour and the Ellie Color Truly Matte. These are going to be my face shades. So I'm going to just mix some of it on the back of my hand. Yeah. So you need to be still and surrender it all to him and listen. Being obedient is the next thing. Listening to what he has to tell you, listening to where he's gonna guide you on what to do is very important. And sometimes you just need to stop because I stopped trying and I had to wait for them to upload what they uploaded to my page. So they uploaded like 4 different videos, which was like roughly 1.5 to 4 minutes long, different uploads. So sorry about that. I made a mistake. The same thing is happening in England. Okay, really? I didn't even know. I wasn't even aware of that. So I'm going to use my shade of foundation to clean up the top area of my brow. The top requires a little more precision. That's why it's not so big, guys. Yeah. So it is very important. If you don't know what to do, go talk to him. He's gonna definitely guide you on the best course of action when it comes to dealing with a scenario or dealing with anything that any challenge that you may encounter in life. Because this is not something that I ever experienced and or thought I would have ever experienced. You're so pretty. Yes, I am from Trinidad. I live in Trinidad. Thank you so much. I never thought I would have experienced anything of this caliber, you know? And lo and behold, I did. Just clearing up the other side. See, you're born in the UK. Okay, nice. Oh, so you're born in the UK and you live in Trinidad? Yeah, so persons don't like to work. Hi, urban mature. Persons don't prefer to work for what they want anymore. They just prefer to take it from someone who has already put in the work. And when I eventually got back into my account, I did see where they changed the password. They said they forgot the password, they forgot the phone number, and they used one of the backup codes because I actually never generated backup codes for my account. So that was, one of the ways that they got in. Both my parents are Trini, born in the UK and relocated to Dubai 6 months ago. Okay, nice. How has that journey been? Yeah. So I'm so happy to and thankful to have my account back. Um, for those of you who managed to stay with me, did not unsubscribe, thank you so much. And for those of you who are new here and are welcome, you all are welcome to jump on board, join the family, engage with my content, engage with my live. It's gonna be we're gonna have a good time. So I'm just putting on the rest of my foundation onto my face. Guys, this was supposed to be such a natural look. I was not gonna do eyeshadow. And I still, because I got caught up in talking to you guys, my plan changed. My plan changed. So we just roll with the changes, guys. Let's get on this area here. You all know I like to wear my makeup very natural, only when it's canva, you'll see the very dramatic colors come out. But for the most part, I prefer to wear a natural face. Now, I want to get into my under eyes and I'm going to blend these two. So I'm going to blend the Maybelline Lumi Matte Foundation together with the Maybelline 30 Hour Foundation. So these two light shades are going to go underneath my eyes. So I'm just going to pump some on the back of my hand. Mix them in. And we're going to go in under the eyes. Just like that. The super stay line is no longer in play. I love that line a lot. It did give a long way, very matte, very reliable on all the schedules that I usually work on, but it's no longer available. So I'm just highlighting my face right now. And I'm highlighting the T-zone area, which is the forehead, down the nose, the cupid's bone, the chin area, and definitely under eyes. I like a bright under eye, even though I wear my makeup very naturally. I still prefer a bright under eye. I am going to blend on my forehead first. Just like that. I'm gonna use my big brush just to blend out the outer end so that it looks very natural. Yeah, so that is my little story time on how I got hacked. I do not wish that on anyone, but I will tell you if you don't have security measures in place when it comes to securing your Gmail, securing your emails, and you use it as a means to log into a lot of other platforms and a lot of your personal stuff. And when I say personal stuff, I mean banking information, all of these things. Make sure and make very full use of all the security measures that Google and YouTube has in place to help lock down and secure your account. It is definitely advised, especially when you spend a lot of time working behind the scenes to get your content out there, working behind the scenes to ensure that, you know, persons enjoy your work. There are persons who will come and try to take that in an instance without warning. I do want to go in with some more under the eye, but this is just the base that we are starting with. You don't want to leave it too long, but you do want to leave it for a little while so that it dries down and gets a little bit thicker. You get much more coverage. And as those of you would notice, I don't really use concealer. I simply use different shades of foundation. I find it gives me a much more natural finish, and I prefer that way. So I'm just gonna go in with a little more under the eyes, just under the eyes. Because like I said, I like a bright under eye. Not doing too much, just enough and spreading it. So that when we go in with the brush, our blending brush, it blends out seamlessly. So let me know what you all thought about that experience that I went through. Let me know your thoughts. Did you all get to see the content that they posted? Was my heart racing throughout the entire process? Yes, it was. Was I angry at some point? Yes, I was. I went through all the natural emotions that anybody else would go through when they experience something being taken from them after doing a lot of hard work, going through a lot of personal trials, and someone thinks that they can just come and take that in an instance. So, yeah. I did experience my own version of emotions. I am gonna set my all the areas that we just applied our lighter shade of foundation, which is our highlighted areas. I'm gonna set it with the Sasha Buttercup setting powder. This is the light shade. I'm using a brush. I know some persons use a puff. I like to use a brush. I like to set under the eyes first. Say that. And just press it into the skin, forehead area. Let's see that I have a later because it was in a switching with the Wi-Fi. Are you all seeing my live right now? Let me know if I'm connected to you guys. Because I'm not seeing that there's anyone on. So you all could just let me know in the comments if you all are seeing my live right now. I know my internet was going in and out. I do have on my mobile data. And for my, sorry guys, for my contour, I'm using my Sasha Pro Powder palette. Love this palette. As you all can see, I use it a lot. Instead of buying singular shades, they had it in a palette. So I'm gonna do the perimeter of my face. So if you all are still seeing my live, leave a comment down below because I was told that my live isn't being seen right now. Drop a comment down below. I'm gonna do the sides of my nose and up into the brow layer to contour the nose. You can use a smaller brush if you do not have full control over your angle brush. But I like to use the longer end of my angle brush and just really get it up there. Just like that. Up into the brow so that it looks very seamless. Okay, so I'm guessing you all are not seeing my live because I'm not seeing any comments coming in. Please let me know if you all are seeing my live. I want to make sure that I am interacting with you guys. I'm not talking to myself. So I'm gonna go in with my shade Instinct from the Absolute New York palette. This is sorry, right? This is gonna be my blush shade. It's a very nice peachy orange color. Not sure if you're seeing my live. Let me know. Drop a comment down below if you all are seeing my live. Thanks. So that I know to make any adjustments. I like a rosy cheek. For highlights, I'm gonna use the shade Spring from this palette as well. Just get it right in there. I always love a highlight. If I'm doing a matte look on myself, I would still highlight just the cheek area if need be. Love that. Alright, so we're just gonna dust off the forehead. I'm going to go back underneath the eyes with the brown gel liner on the waterline. Simply because I love this soft look. The brown liner overall gives me a much softer look all around. Nice. And we want to make sure that we use some mascara to blend out your lashes. I'm going to use the Edit Colors Waterproof Mascara. So these are all budget friendly finds. This is what I would use in my everyday routine. Blend it out. Bring down mascara and the bottom lashes. Nice. How are we looking, guys? Just move some of these things out of the way. And for my face powder, I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to get in on this part of my face. Just to finish off the makeup. Use it to really blend those shades together. Because why not? We want everything to look seamless on the face. Alright? We don't want anything to look like it was placed there. Are you all seeing my live? Because I'm not seeing any comments coming in. I'm not seeing any comments. You see that? No?
Are you finished?
With the makeup, yeah. Right? So we do have to do our lips before we set.
Or you could stop it down and start on one.
Yeah, put on the
I'll see anything but the story that's said and I said but this is something that like my brothers.
And we are back, guys. We had some technical difficulties where the internet is concerned, so our live was not being viewed. However, for those of you who are definitely interested in continuing along without interruption of the Wi-Fi, of my story time, the video will be posted in real time. When I say real time, not being cut off because I was sharing a story on what happened. So you all will be able to see that full upload um on my channel a little bit later on. So we are almost finished with our makeup. We have our lips to do now, and this is the eyeliner. I am gonna use our Ruby Kisses lip liner. There's a brown lip liner. Hi Muke, how are you doing? You definitely missed the first part of the live where I was explaining that my channel got hacked, my Gmail got hacked, but we are back like never before. They tried to take us out, guys, but God did not allow them to prevail. Yes, I was hacked over the weekend. So on Friday, they wiped my phone. You definitely have to check out my previous live. Yeah, they use an app called My Hub to locate my phone. My phone wasn't lost, I had my phone, but they used an app online to act like if my phone was lost. And they logged into my Gmail, changed my two-step verification, and so they changed the email address, they changed the two-step verification, which was the phone number, and they used one of the backup codes to get into my account. So like I was saying on the previous slide, um, I actually had to use Twitter to reach out to YouTube fast to get back my account. Yeah, I was able to get it all back and did a full scale lockdown. But I had to wait for them to upload something in order to see that the account was hacked. Because they uploaded like 4 videos with totally unrelated content. What they uploaded was not anything that I usually post on my channel. So that is how YouTube was able to flag it as it being completely hacked. Definitely, I wouldn't say hated, but I'll definitely say coveting what I have and coveting what I've built. The person did it from somewhere in India. When they gave me a general location of where the sign-in was from. For my lips, I'm using this is cosmetic colors, right? I'm gonna use these two shades. I'm gonna use these two shades on my lips. It's gonna soften the brown before we add the pink. Yeah, Mukai. They they're not easy. They're definitely not easy. And like I was telling my previous life before we kind of got cut off, they did try to someone tried to log in on another email address last night for that matter. But because I did so much lockdown of all my Gmails, I got the notification instantly because I was still up. Hi Phoenix, yes, I am from Trinidad. So nice to have you. Are you new here? Oh, nice. Good to have you. Welcome to my YouTube family. I do hope you like and subscribe. And yes, I am from Trinidad. Live in Trinidad. I need to introduce you to my real family. Oh, my real family, you all know them. From your face. Okay, you easy. You want a full scale introduction? I think you're wrong to be soften up a bit. Only to the single ladies, LOL, you need to do a live with them. Okay, easy. Oh my gosh. That means you need to tune into all of my lives. I think I'm happy with that. Right. So for setting spray, I am going to use the Bougie Setting Tropics from sunset to sunrise. This is a local setting spray. I used it over the carnival season and I love it. It does last very long because I use a lot of it and it has only just reached here. So this is what it looks like. It's a very pretty bottle. Smells really nice too. I do want to dry my face. I am great. How are you all doing? So you all will get the full video posted on my channel where you will be able to listen from start to finish how I got hacked, how my YouTube got hacked, and what I did to recover it because we got it back. That's how you all are seeing me here today. Thank God for that. Oh, but I had an emotional roller coaster over the weekend trying to get back into this account. So y'all could definitely check out the video at its full length when I upload it to know some of the ways that y'all could secure your Gmail accounts as well as your YouTube channel. Once you do have a channel, because losing a channel or being hacked is not something that I would wish anyone would do. Just want to pack this in. All right, so our makeup is complete. We are looking gorgeous again, even more gorgeous. Wouldn't you say? Right. So we are going to do my hair. Right. I have to get in. I'm gonna get into a hairstyle for you guys. What? All right. Let me just clear down or clear space for my hair stuff. So I'm just gonna put my makeup stuff to the side. I'm glad you ended up. Yeah, I'm glad I also got on my phone. Take this last so that I can see my hair. So my hair is freshly washed, right? And not just a curl, curling my hair. So we are going to need a middle part. So we're just parting out the hair. Right? And we want to go slightly behind the ears. Right? I may want to go a little bit deeper, but this is gonna work for the time being until we straighten up all the parts. Just sectioning off the hair. Right, so I definitely want to go deeper with the parts, but I do need to just secure my hair in place. Where's that over there? Yeah, I think we could go back a little more. So what I'll do is I'll make a part going all the way back, almost like if I'm putting my hair in two. Slide out. Securing the back here. And then securing this other side here. And you want to go a little bit lower. Alright, so my hair is sectioned into four. Just want to make sure that the areas that we want is sectional, right? So this part here, I'm just going to wrap it, the back part, I'm just gonna wrap it into a knot. Just to get it out of the weave. And secure it. Hi, Jimstone. Right. You wanna secure this part here too. Just until we pass off from the other section. Right? So we want to loosen it up because it did pull slightly when I was doing it. Just to loosen it up, nothing too much. If you have a mirror that you can view behind, it's definitely advised. Because I'm just kind of waiting on this here. No, I am married already, June. Stu. You're definitely new here because if you weren't new here, you don't know that I am married and I have a family. And your path doesn't have to be entirely straight because with curly hair, it is going to be concealed with the curls. So let's just get that out of the way, get the hair out of the way. Yes. So now that our hair is sectioned off, right? Thank you. Good. So now that our hair is sectioned off, we do have 4 sections. I'm gonna start on this side first. And I wanna just make sure that the hair is detangled. Like that. Nice. So, not sure how many of you know about Jet Set Gel. Long time ago. So I'm gonna use some of this, especially to the front of my hair. It keeps my flyaways down, and by extension, my hair looks neater for a much longer time. It does give you a cast, so if you're a person who does not like a cast on your hair, I won't advise it. And I'm gonna go in with my curly gel, which does not leave a cast, and just this is for the rest of this part of my hair. Right? Make sure that it's neat. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna comb up the hair, preparing it for a braid. Right? Because we're gonna do a braid all the way back. So we wanna prepare the hair, brushing it in place for that. Thank you so much. So we're starting off in the front here, and you're gonna plait one big cornrow or braid, as some persons may know it as. Now make sure that your hair is detangled along the way, because in the end it will just pull and tug. You don't want that. Yes, I am. Okay, so I'm gonna braid all the way so that part that we made there, you can go back in and clean up wherever you need to after. What is a doula? Someone with curly slash straight hair. It's a mixed person who is mixed. Okay, my first braid is done. Doesn't have to be too perfect. I'm gonna secure that with a rubber band. Just like that. Don't want to put it too tight. So just 3 rotations would be good. I'm gonna go back and set some more of my gel Just for this is too much. Just for the front hair, smoothing out any bumps. That we would have encountered. I do want to loosen the braids slightly. I have a mix of Negro, have some Indian in me, slight Chinese in there. Nice. So one braid is completed, right? You just want to secure this straight. This part here, I'm gonna do the other side. So like I said, we want to make sure we need some curly here. I did wash my hair this morning, but it is dry already. So we are going in with the jet set gel. I noticed that it has actually been holding up my hair much more than a lot of the edge controls that I was using. So I decided to switch for a little while. The edge controls no longer had my hair staying neat for a very long time. Right. Then I'm using the other curly gel. So just like moisturize the other parts of my hair. Now, like I said, guys, remember we are combing the hair in place to prepare it for braid. So we want to kind of comb it up the direction that the braid is going to be going, which is up. Right, like that. And now we begin our braid. Having long hair works out your arms. We'll definitely see that. Okay, so this part is not looking too neat. So I'm gonna start with one. Yeah. Let's just back there for a minute. This side trying to do its own thing. What it don't know is glued to all the thing. I think the baby is awake.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Where you cut your hair?
Nice to meet you too.
Are you cutting your hair, Mommy?
Yeah, we can like video.
Yes, you. That's Mommy's hair. Yes.
Okay, so two braids are down. This side gave me a little more go
My son
than this other side.
is been son is one.
Hi, Kelly. I need my spray bottle, which I do not have.
Compran, no la con like a lantern,
So we do have in my hair, normally my hair, um, normally I do my hair wet, and by the time I finish my makeup, my hair is usually still wet, but it has dried down a lot faster this time around. So I have to get my spray bottle in order to wet it again, in order for our curls to come out, right? So my son just went to get my spray bottle and then we will start our hair, right? But for the most part, our two braids are down. This braid is a little more looser than this one. I was in it. Yeah. Thank you. Alright, so we have a spray bottle and I'm gonna spray to wet back my hair.
Mama, mommy cut this sewing out.
like all over downstairs.
Daddy, Daddy, my good.
You don't get give mommy. Give mommy.
Want to live it?
Thank you. Roll my color. Right. So our product for here is gonna be the Curly Check Your Main Moisture Curly Cream Vitalizer. So this is what I'm gonna use to moisturize my curls. And I'm working in that section that we just wet. I'm not going to go in with the brush to define it because I want the curls to be very big. Right? And then we're gonna do this part of the hair, but we do have to wet it. Because as you all can see, it's very dry. I am from Trinidad. And very dry. My hair dried very quickly today. It usually takes a while to dry, but dry very quickly today. I'm going to tighten this up about it. Nice. We're gonna apply our moisturizer. Because you want when your curls dry, it fluffs out really nicely. Now we're gonna do this side. I'm gonna separate this part of the hair first, because we don't want to do this first. Well, the braid that is. So we're just gonna put that to the side and we're gonna wet this side. So we have our spray bottle. Just rigging it through. Nice. Right, get through your hair. Next side. Want to make sure that we spritz here. Make sure the hair is fully saturated. Like that. And then you apply your product. Well, thank you. Alright, so we just want to neaten up any parts. We do have some hair fallout. After detangling my hair, which is just a little. And we want to make sure that the hairline is how we want it to be. Brush up anyway that needs brushing up. Right. And this is our hairstyle, guys. Look at that. We got two braids and our curls to the back. Good. Very cute, very simple, easy curly hair hairstyle that is very easy to do. Alright. So for those of you who did tune in to this video and to my live simultaneously, thank you all so very much. This video essentially touched on a little bit of my story time on how my account got hacked. My Gmail account and my YouTube account was hacked over the weekend. I recently regained it back, and I did give a few tips and tricks on some of the things that I did to get it back and also to secure my account. So if you all have experienced that and or is going through a similar situation where you need to get back some level of your account, you have to check out the previous live and this long form video that I will post to my page to help you guys. And that is my little story time. So for those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel. I do hope that you stay and subscribe to my channel. I hope this also encouraged you to really get serious about locking down your personal information if you aren't doing that as yet, and also do your own research, do your own reading on some of the methods that would work for you and where you are located, as in your country. And that's really it. So I hope to see you all in the next one. I love you guys. Thank you all so very much for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.